In this video, we're going to examine some more multi-body modification techniques inside of Inventor. So here with Multi-Body Modification 2, I have two solid bodies created in here. Now, what I have is an exterior casting, which is the darker gray color, and that essentially is my standard blank that I have for this type of design. But my core, or my interior, does change from time to time, and that is my other solid body, which is kind of a beige color. And it's actually overlapping the geometry. That's why you see that sort of color artifacting on the design. Now, why would I do this? Why would I model two separate solid bodies that obviously have an interference and overlap each other? Well, I do it for multiple design purposes, but in this particular case, I'd like to show the core on the print as a solid geometry, and it also makes it easier for me to understand how much volume that core takes up, because I can simply do a multi-body property off of that solid to obtain that material information, that sizing information, surface area, and everything that's associated to it, which is a little bit harder to do if I just create cuts throughout this design. So if I start to examine what I have here, if I hover on solid 4, you can see I have a lot of geometry going on with that. I have a lot of cylinder extrusions, I have some sweeps, which are 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. I have some fillets that help blend these features together on the inside in there. And what I'm going to do is just turn off the visibility of solid 1 by right-clicking on it and toggling off that so I can see the interior better. So you can see why this is a little bit more complex. I'd like to get the surface area off that perhaps, or the total volume of this, and those are things I can do with Inventor. Now, how do I actually create the subtraction? The real key portion of this. Well, what I can do is go up here to my modification panel, and there'll be a flyout. Mine was currently set to split. Yours might be combine. I'll choose that tool, and I can basically do a combination of these bodies where I can either add or subtract or intersect one body from another. So here I'll choose my base, and my tool body will be the second body, and this will be a cut to remove that. I'll choose OK, and it basically removes the one solid from the other. I'm going to undo that and perform the combine again with the same selections for the base and then the tool body, but this time I'm going to choose to tell it to keep the tool body. I'll choose OK, and there you can see I did a join by mistake. That's an easy fix. I'll just go to my tree and find combine and double click on it and choose the cut interaction instead. If I expand the combine, you can see solid 1 and solid 4 there. So I'm going to do this again. Let me just undo this a couple times. Start combine once more, base and tool body, cut, tell it to keep the tool body, and OK. Now if I needed to, I could still export solid 4, which is my other set of geometry, to another separate IPT to show on a print to show the positive geometry.